Welcome back to Les Schwab Tire Center's Outdoor GPS. Now it's real time, sponsored by the Mill Casino.
Welcome back, everyone. Thank you for joining us this morning. We have Sandeep Nain here in the studio. He is the owner of Fisherman's Marine. Cole Stevens is the category manager, the guy that's buying everything that we love to use. And then Brandon Arnold, he is the Oregon City manager. My home store, my favorite place to go. It's like you go in there and you can't help yourself. You're like, okay, honey, just keep my wallet and we'll be good to go as we go forward. But first things first, it's good to see you.
Yes, good to see you.
It's been way too long. 1 year in, we're going to get to that, Cole.
Yes.
It's good to see you, Brandon. It's good to see you too, man.
You as well.
All right. And we can't forget.
Oh yeah, this is Mr. Kit.
Mr. Kit, and he's 5 months old?
5 months. Right.
5 months.
Right. Yeah, we've been practicing with the backpack and the earmuffs, and he's just about ready for the bird field.
Very nice, very nice. So you're a bird hunter?
Yes.
Okay, good. I get to travel around and find you.
There you go.
There you go. He'll have the backpack on the back.
Oh yeah.
Well, Sandeep, popular demand, man. We had you in here not quite a year ago. It was not too far after you purchased Fisherman's Marine. Everybody loved having a chance to meet you for the first time, and we wanted to get you back in here multiple times, and we finally wrangled you in. But before we talk about this kind of business stuff, how have you been? You been fishing, doing anything fun?
Been busy, very, very busy.
Yeah.
But I got a chance to go out one day fishing with at the buoy tent with Steve and Jason from Procure.
Oh, perfect.
So that was awesome.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Very nice. Did you catch any fish?
I did catch one native fish, but
Okay.
let it go.
You had to throw it back?
Yeah.
That's all Jason could find you was one?
Yeah, that day was just, it seemed when we got out, there were like, I don't know, at least couple hundred boats out there.
Yeah.
And the ranger or the person who check outside, she said there's only one coho that has come in or one fish that has come in. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. So it was a
just
slow
one
day.
of those days. Somehow.
Gotcha.
The weather was bad too. And my girls' daughters were with me, and so it was, not much excitement for them, and the weather was raining, but they did well.
Jason only got you one
I
fish.
just enjoyed it.
Jason only got you one fish.
Yeah.
I'm kidding, because now he'll just hand
And
it
then
to
next day he sends me a picture.
Of 20.
And he's like, oh, we caught 10 fish today. You just came in the wrong day.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, that's fishing.
Rub it in.
That's fishing,
Yes,
right? I
true.
mean, you're 1 year in, you've had the chance to do some duck hunting, I know that.
Yeah.
You've been doing a little bit of fishing.
Yeah.
So you've got a chance to kind of see what we all love so much and why we love fishermen so much.
I just wish I had a little more time to do some of that. The reason, part of the reason I became involved with this business is so I can do fishing and hunting.
Yeah.
I've just been so busy with business.
Yeah, I get it, and that leads me to my very first question. You're 1 year in. How are things going? Are you where you guys want to be at this time? Are you still learning stuff? Where are you at?
I mean, I guess I would be, if I was 20 years in, I would still be learning. So this is only 1 year, so definitely a lot of learning and, facing many challenges and, of course, a lot of decision making as you are running the business and making some mistakes on the way. But it's been a lot of things happening here. It's like a lifetime in 1 year kind of year.
I bet. I mean, I can only
You
imagine.
call it.
I mean, 3 big stores, obviously a lot of demand from the region, the locals that want to be able to go in there and find the gear that we want to either participate in our salmon fisheries, whatever it is. Now we got hunting season. That's on our doorstep. I know you're, Cole, right in the middle of that. Hunting season literally started today, at least for most of us. There's been some that have been hunting a little bit early. I was reminded of that this past week. But now that things are in full swing, how are you guys looking for our upcoming rifle season?
Dude, we're great. We are loaded up on rifles. Vortex, Leupold, both. We're well stocked on. We're ready to mount scopes and get guys going into the field.
Oh, so I didn't know that. You guys, do you mount scopes there?
Yeah, so we mount scopes and bore sight as well with every gun purchase or any optic purchase as well.
Okay, so good. So you can head in there and make sure that you got the right. If you're going to be rifle hunting this year, do it now. It's just like bow hunting, right? I know you don't have bow, set up or whatever, but it's the same exact thing. If you don't go in and get your setup early enough to where you can practice with it, make sure everything's all dialed in, you're just hurting yourself. It's just that simple. You can make the best deal in the world, but if nothing's working right, you're done. For you, Brandon, you're at the Oregon City store.
Yes, sir, yeah.
And I know that you talk with all the other managers from the other stores daily.
Of course, yeah.
How are things overall with all the stores? I know that you guys are stocked up well. You're doing bunches of different sales. But how are things going overall?
I think overall pretty good. I think as far as our team with employees, there's been a big morale boost, with Sandeep coming in, taking over. There's been a lot more, asked of employees from day-to-day operations to providing input on, products we'd like to see in the store. Those guys, they're the one that deal with the customers up front. So, you can hear from the customers of, hey, we need this in stock, or hey, maybe you guys should think about exploring this item. So it's good for them to communicate to managers and to, Sandeep when they come in and stop by the stores to, give them that feedback, because that's our biggest thing from the customers is all feedback. You can't have the positive without the negative.
Sure.
So getting all that information and then relaying it to, all the managers, it helps tremendously to get the ball rolling and on everything and make sure, we can prioritize keeping the customers happy.
Yeah, and it's not, it can't be easy, man. I mean, it's just,
yeah.
I've never been in that business. I'm not in that business at all, although I get the phone calls. I'm just a TV host, everyone. But trying to keep inventory, which I think if there was ever a complaint that we ever hear here at GPS from viewers that are out there, it's always, oh my God, they don't have this, or oh my God, they don't have that. It's not as easy as having all that inventory absolutely every single time based on the seasons that are coming, is it? I mean, it's just not that simple.
Oh, yeah. Big bonus now recently is we've been able to actually do inventories at the store level, from employee, key people in departments to managers. We're able to, if we're thinking about doing an order, let's go inventory that set, get the accurate numbers over to them, and then they can order accordingly to, hey, this is what we sold through in the last few weeks. We're out again. Oh, a few more weeks passed, we're out again. So now they can kind of keep up on that trend and, get the inventory as fast as we possibly can and keep those counts as accurate as possible too.
Well, then you're also relying on the manufacturers to be able to get that inventory to you, because it doesn't matter what level it is that you're thinking about or that you might think is just so simple to do. If the manufacturers aren't manufacturing the gear that they're ordering at the time, you're talking about a lot of logistics that have to fill that peg. I mean, it's not just as simple as, oh yeah, we're going to have a shipment show up here in 2 hours, and now we've got all of our flashers. It's not that simple, but the general public believes that it is. Y'all know who you are. You've been dealing with this for a very long time, and you're just now getting familiar with this. So this has had to have been some sort of a challenge with making changes, with how the buying is being done, where it's being routed through. I mean, I know that you're local, so you know all of our local retailers and manufacturers, so it's, I would assume, I'm not trying to speak for them, that it's not easy, but you know the right people, of course, to go after. Is that right?
Right. And I'll fully admit, this summer we were vastly underprepared for buoy 10 season due to some internal changes and some issues that we had. But going into fall, we are fully stocked and ready to go.
Yeah.
We're ready to go for coho season. We're ready to go for rifle hunting, for elk, deer, whatever you want to call it.
Sure.
We're ready for the duck blind.
Oh God, don't, jeez, you're gonna get me
It's
sidetracked.
never too early to start thinking about it.
No, it's not. I mean, literally, that's all I think about every day, and I got bow season starting today, for crying out loud.
Right.
So that's got to be part of your learning curve too, is seeing how difficult it might be to get all that, because there's so much stuff. I mean, I know that your other businesses are very gadget oriented, but when you're talking about the outdoor world, would you say that it's even more oriented to different individual pieces of the puzzle that we use?
Yes. So, part of what I meant earlier with the challenge and mistakes, I would say primarily related to inventory. Because I manage a lot of my inventory management for my climbing and outdoor gear store business too.
Sure.
And there are a lot lesser number of SKUs. I'm more familiar with them. They can be shipped pretty quickly. We place an order, within a few days they can come in.
Sure.
So it's much easier to keep inventory in stock. Whereas here, while Cole was off during paternity leave, so I was trying to fill in that role, not fully knowing the change quickly that's happening in the the fisheries and how long, particularly like how long it can take for them to get shipped. Like I'm like, okay, I'll place the order and it will get in, but it may take 2 weeks or 3 weeks even.
Sure.
And then you have to get them transferred, all of that to the store. So that was my learning, I would say. And in that, of course, I got a lot of help and support from many of our reps, like Jason Hamley, we were talking about earlier, or Josh Cooper, and Dan from Big Rock, or Trevor, and few different people. And so they were able to also provide me some feedback. You're missing this, or you're missing that. We need to do this, and so it was great to have that they could come in and help me, assist me with giving me some guidance on that. So it just took me some time, and that was the biggest learning for me, that we have to be a little better prepared earlier. And so going forward, that's what we've been focusing on since
Sure.
Since Cole had come back. And
yeah, again, I mean,
yeah.
that also gives you more of an appreciation of what they have to deal with on a day-to-day,
Yep.
since you had a chance to experience it on your own.
yeah.
Yeah, and having a little bit of insight from some of the guys out there, that had to have helped.
Yep, for sure. Yeah, that's been very helpful.
Yeah, well, hopefully they can keep helping. I think you guys have done a great job. Every time I go in there, everything that I need to find is, but I've been doing this for a long time, right? I know.
You know the organization.
I know when to go, right? And I say it here on the show all the time. Okay, listen, if you want to get these flashers, you got to get in there early enough before they're gone. Don't go in August and think you're going to get everything for buoy 10. It's just simply, it's nuts to think that, but some folks do. All right, so we're going to come back from this break. We're going to continue our conversation talking about Fisherman's, kind of now maybe what we can look forward to. What's going on? Are they going to open 10 more stores? I'm just teasing. Websites, what? Well, stick with us. We'll be back with more Outdoor GPS in just a minute.
Outdoor GPS is brought to you by Chevy Silverado and the impressive Turbo Max engine. Flex your muscle with the strongest, most advanced Silverado ever. Official truck of Outdoor GPS.